Alright guys, now I've been mentioning about some of the stuff I've been buying lately. I've definitely had a spending spree, so let's share, shall we? Now, to begin with, I bought the GeForce GTX 1070, but the Gaming Z is got a little bit more oomph than the Gaming X, and which has a little bit more oomph than just the standard gaming anyway. But it was time to go with a 10 series. The 970 just wasn't quite cutting it. Hence, oh yeah, now I just need to sort out my own FPS problems. Well, that, very nice purchase. I've had that a week, 2 weeks now. Anyway, got more stuff. As well as the new camera I'm on, it is, what is it? It's a Panasonic HC V160. I've got this to hopefully use as a webcam and to sort of record life. Get pictures of the young'un, she's growing up and that, and record it. We've all got mobile phones, but I don't seem to use mine enough. So I wanted something dedicated to the job, so the camera's a camera kind of thing. Anyway, to turn it into a webcam, you have to have a capture card. Now, I was going to go with the Elgato. Hello, son. Max has had his jabs this morning, his booster jab. He's feeling a little sorry for himself, but he'll perk up. Anyway, do you want to go out? Go on then. Be free. Don't wind the neighbours up again. Anyway, we have an AVer Media. AVer Media. I'm not sure on the pronunciation for that, but it's the Gamer HD Lite. Just because it was about 40-50 quid cheaper than the non-light version, and the only actual difference is the normal one comes with a button, like you hit that and it starts recording, and it's got a backplate thing to it. I'm not bothered about the fancy crap, and I don't want to use it to actually record gameplay due to FarmSim not going full screen windowed, or windowed, yeah, full screen windowed mode. There's always a bar at the bottom. To plug this into, well, you go from the graphics card to this, then over to your monitor. It would record everything that's on the monitor. So there's nothing going on in the background. You can't do that. If you flick off the game, it'll see everything. And it's always got that black bar and the start bar at the bottom due to FarmSim. So yeah, it's not worth it. But to turn this camera into a webcam, oh yeah. If this does 1080 PRI at 30 FPS, I think, yes, it's a smaller camera. But yeah, that's cool. We also noticed the other day, these are brand new today by the way, that is new today, this is new today. It's a Western Digital Blue 2TB hard drive, 5400 RPM. I just need sort of a dumping ground. The current 2TB one in there is got around 200 gig left. Yeah, I need more dumping space. The SSDs handle all the good stuff. This is where all the crap gets kept, and I need more. So we've got that. I've dug an old SATA out of the box, so hopefully we can connect that up and all will be fine. And then, for general recording around the house and stuff, I have acquired a 10 meter HDMI cable. That is a monster, but it's braided as well, so it should handle being dragged around. Should. Normally when you get braided stuff, they're a little bit more well built. You'll notice if you've ever bought a gaming mouse, it's always a braided cable. Same with the keyboards, they're always braided. It's just going to take a bit more abuse, he says. That's the full HDMI female to a mini HDMI, the C plug to go into the camera. Hopefully this is going to work. I have a plan. Because the weight of that on the camera port is probably going to cause damage. So I'm thinking that goes into the camera port and that gets mounted either by Velcro or glue to the camera itself. So the weight's going to be on that rather than on the port. This is my plan. That was one to go in the camera bag to connect it to TVs and PCs on my travels. And this is probably the coolest thing I've bought. It's a skinny micro muff. For example, if I blow on the mic, sounds horrible. Well, the wind does that as well when you're outside. This, in theory, stops it. It's a hell of a gadget. I've watched some YouTube reviews on it. Some people slated it, but every video I've watched, it's made a hell of a difference. So that is going to be epic. And I say it's probably the coolest thing I've bought. Also, Annabelle has her own computer now. It's an old one, but she's playing little windowed games, ABCs, 1, 2, 3s and stuff. It cost 90 quid. for a full computer, and we had some old graphics cards lying around. I didn't actually find any of my old graphics cards, but the housemate has 3 at least from back in the day. I think it's an Asus 6670 that's in there now. It's a Core 2 Duo, or Duo Core 2, I'm not sure the pronunciation on that one, but it's just an old computer. DDR2 RAM. Oh, but it works. I don't think it'd play FS17, or maybe it would, but not very well. But it rocks FS15 okay for her, so she's happy. She's got a child-friendly keyboard. So for instance, there's my thumb. Look at the size of the keys. But when we first got that, she was studying for about a couple of minutes per key on average. Now she can rock through her games. She's getting the alphabet down. That is possibly one of the best things I've purchased from my little girl. It's brought her ABCs on so fast, so well. It's insane. I am struggling to find actual ABC games though, the ones I want. It seems everybody's interested in giving tablets and phones and apps and stuff now. Nobody's bothering with the PCs anymore. But she did get to choose her own mouse. This is a tiny, tiny mouse. But it works well for her little hands. And that is obviously her joystick now to control Farm Sim. She's pretty good with it too. Right then, if we wander over here, I can show you the state of the computer at the moment. This is my little corner of heaven. So we've got 3 monitors, they're still the same. The joysticks, Thrustmasters, 1600Ms. Is there a T? I can't remember now. I don't think there's a T. Just know it's a Thrustmaster 1600. Obviously we've got the Yamaha mixer. That has made such a difference coming from the little Sub-Zero thing. The Sub-Zero literally was just entry level. The sound quality of this is insane. And with that ground isolation box I made, I can really juice it up and not have the feedback. It's something so simple that costs so little and is so good. I was worried that having 7 jacks on that thing, I was worried there might be some sort of electromagnetic interference because there's that much in such a small space, but nothing. It's so clear. What a thing. Yeah, that definitely worth it. Lots of fun with that. And that's also how I did the Darth Vader voices. That's cool. It's if I bought the non-USB one, you don't get the effects. Because I bought the USB one, I get the effects. And there's only 2 that I'm really interested in. The Darth Vader one, like a radio one. But it's cool. Very cool. And obviously we have the G13, which fits beautifully in between the steering wheel and the joystick, whereas the old keyboard wouldn't. So it's just a better position to play for long periods of time. Obviously we've got the G29, the shifter, that's new. That came in the last one. I think that came out at the same time as the graphics card. But that is very cool. And the only reason I was interested in buying was for the more realistic gearbox mod. I would not have bought the shifter otherwise, but with that mod, so cool. It's so immersive. That's what I'm trying to hit with the simulator. I mean, Farm Sim on its own is not really the best simulation of real life, but we're getting there. And hopefully Cattle and Crops, well, hopefully it's going to work without stars. It should do. It doesn't sort of take over with its own device. All it is keys. But I presume, yeah, I will figure it out. So they might not do a more realistic gearbox until we start modding it anyway. You never know though. I can't think who's on the board at the minute. I don't think who did gears? There was the more realistic gears. There was Zentro, Vertex Designs, basic gears. I don't think anybody's doing gears on the actual dev team, or done gears in the past. They might do. They do have Upside Down though, who did drive control, but he didn't do a gearbox, did he? He just did drive control, which is epic in itself. We'll see, we'll see. Obviously we have the button box, we made that one as well. That's so cool. That really is. I've recently had an issue with that button though. I don't know why. So I presume it's some of the original soldering I did with that old soldering iron, which is crap and I just never went over it properly. But a simple wiggle of the cable in the back fixed it. But yeah, this is my little corner of the world, which I love dearly. Also we've got the Rode mic, the boom arm. I do have a second light coming. because that one's really bright and it's above the main monitor. So I've got some smaller bulbs. That one's going to get put, or sort of flexed over there because it's on a boom. It actually clamps to the desk as well. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Just under there. Can we zoom in? Yeah. Love this camera. So much fun. But yeah, that one's going to go over there. The other one's going to go underneath there. Sort of like that position. Because that just swings around. Yeah, the clever way I've mounted this boom is actually on a monitor stand. If I've not shown you that before. That has some threaded bar rammed into it and it's locked at the bottom. It only needs to be loose, which is why it is, because it just turns. So if I'm not using it, I can get it out of the way and chill out. Happy days. Yeah, thoroughly enjoying my computer in at the minute. I've actually got a printer as well, tucked down there. The first time ever I have my own printer. I've had that since we moved in though, for doing various bits and pieces. It saves going around my mum's all the time. And the subwoofer is actually plugged into the computer as well now. I've never done that before till I moved here. And there is the box in all her glory. She has to be opened up soon to put these new bits in. Wander back over. Yeah, we've got a new hard drive and the heavy media that needs to go in today. And we'll see how that works out. Happy days. Right then. Turn that on. Time to pull the computer back and get to clever. See how we do. There's something. Annabelle's chocolate. She's going to be rationed for weeks with this stuff. Keep her happy. Right then, let's crack on.